It is so powerful that men have died to protect it. And there are those who would kill to expose it. It is a message that has been hidden for centuries. Right before our eyes. What if the world's greatest art held a secret that could change the course of mankind forever? Summer, no matter what you have read, no matter what you believe, the journey has just begun.
Welcome to the Loire Valley. Come on up on the ramparts and join me. The King of France, King Francois, told me that you are here to learn how to innovate, how to create. Some of you are painters, that others of you are poets, that some of you are even priests and men of war, that some of you are the builders of bridges, the bakers of bread, and the makers of machines, that some of you are even sculptors. And I'd like to introduce you today to three elements or three things about my creativity code. Now the first element is, well, you have to have a long beard like me. Well, no, I was just kidding. You really don't have to have a long beard. The first element is that you must be willing to enter the intersections. What do I mean by intersections? The intersections of ideas and disciplines. All creations, all innovations arise out of the process of connecting those things together with things that normally they wouldn't be connected. Those who are the builders of bridges need to talk to the bakers of bread. Those who are the princes need to talk to the poets. That those who are the makers of machines need to talk to the men of war. For it is out of those intersections, out of the collision of those ideas, out of connecting those seemingly unrelated things comes the greatest innovations. As a young man, I walked into the ideal intersection. It was the town of Florence. Under the enlightened leadership of El Magnifico, the Prince of Medici, Florence, there was the Dante, and there was the Michelangelo, there was the Brunelli, and yes, and many others who came and discovered new ideas that arose out of this intersection of ideas. That in Florence it was very hard to keep an apprentice. In fact, my favorite apprentice, David de Preston, left me and joined the Michelangelo. It turned out well for David, for he became the model for the famed Michelangelo statue David. Okay, the second point of the DaVinci creativity code is, in order to innovate, in order to create, you must figure out a way to make your thoughts visible. Since I was a young man, I always carried a pen with me and some paper, because I found that when I drew or diagrammed or mapped or charted out my ideas, whether they were concrete ideas or abstract ideas, I seemed to begin to understand their structure. I seemed to begin to understand how they worked. You have, for example, one of my drawings here as your conference, our little learning conference banner. Do you know what that is? Can you guess what that drawing is? Well, actually, it's a human-powered flying machine. Now, I don't think I've quite figured out how it would work, so if you should decide to build it and to pilot it, let me suggest that you surround yourself with lots of pillows and that you test it over water. Okay, so the second point is to make your thoughts visible. Now for the third point, which is related to the second point, Let's go inside. My third point, the third point of the DaVinci Creativity Code, you need to carry with you a notebook. You've noticed that I've been carrying my notebook with me. I never go anywhere without a notebook. Every clever man, every clever woman that I know has a notebook with him. All of us, by nature, by God's creative energy, are creative people ourselves. The trouble is not the discovery of new ideas or the working out of new solutions to problems that we face. The problem, you see, is remembering those things. That's where the notebook comes in. And it is a very important place where you can begin to write down and record these things, because you never know when a new idea will strike you. They strike you. So those are the 3 points, the 3 initial points, I have many others, of the DaVinci Creativity Code. The first one is to connect the unconnected, to walk into the intersections of diverse and differing ideas and force connections and insights out of that intersection. The second point is to make your thoughts visible, to find a way in which you can diagram or chart or draw the various ideas that you are interacting with. And one of the great places to do that is in a notebook. So let me encourage you to find a notebook and take it with you and keep it with you always. From what I understand, Francois, as sponsor of this conference, has prepared for us a little bit of a snack that he wants to invite us out for a picnic out into the French countryside. So if you're ready to go there, and if you'll just hang on, here we go. I'm glad that you have enjoyed our little conference. I noticed that Francois the First, oh, look at what he's brought. I'm so excited. One of the newest things out right now was discovered by my friend Cristobal de Columbus from Genoa. He discovered what is known, what he's calling the coffee, the Columbus coffee. And Francois has procured it for us, so it's wonderful. So I want to invite all of you to enjoy some of this Columbus coffee now. But first, I think I hear it. I don't know that you can hear it or not, but I think the servant of Francois, who has begun to try out one of my inventions, is coming. Here he comes. I think he's coming. Here he is. Here he is.